Munamila reaction towards it.
Yeah, to be frank with you, is welcome news for Gambia, for opposition. We only have to be cautious. At the end of the day, it's NPP.
He was NPP, he was.
No, what I mean is as NPP, NPP is the one in government.
Yes.
We have seen people.
Okay, I thought you said Kebba is NPP.
No. Okay. I mean NPP. You see, I have always said, Barrow, why he is best politician at the same time worst politician is he has no limits.
Okay.
You understand? What he wants, he can even put his head just to get it. You understand?
I understand.
So that's the point. But I 100% agree with Sifo's analysis that we should celebrate it. We should welcome them. We should encourage them. What we need is salvation. This country is at a serious crossroads, and Sunyu Ame, New Joge ruling party, minors, Sune Benalasa, substacks unla, so we welcome that. But that is not what is going to salvage this country. Pockets of resistance or pockets of political camps.
Bingo! I'm glad you're coming to that because I was like fidgeting on my seat like, why would you celebrate the skin again and and it's not adding value to you?
So we need to...
This worth celebrating. This worth celebrating.
Celebrate what?
For the opposition, I mean.
Go ahead.
It's worth celebrating.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go
So
ahead.
I think the opposition should begin to put their house in order now. They should not wait.
Thank you.
Now, as we speak, there should be, something we see happening. Some political tremors here and there before the earthquake itself would come. We should not wait until the 11th hour. We are dealing with the most difficult political party.
Headed by a political animal.
Yes. We are dealing with the most difficult. The issue with President Barrow is, and his situation is, President Barrow is much more difficult to get out than President Jammeh. I tell people, and people should understand that.
How?
You see, Jammeh has, simply put...
Local language.
Okay, Jammeh, sorry, maybe the Manika may not be nice, but I jawl sort of banta bakele, I jawl for us to akono. Meaning he has external and internal. You can say haters if you want, if that language is nice. Oh, not haters, but people that are not aligned with what he wants. Or opposition. And this has international community support. You understand what I mean? Locally, the opposition also got united. And we could see that, like 6 months, you can have the sense that generally the feeling is people need to get Jammeh out. That's the feeling. With Barrow, the international community, I will tell you this, may seem to not like Barrow, but they have something at stake. Kulebe Africa, Tundo, especially West Africa, is people are moving away from the West, their hegemony. One of the soldiers standing on the West African continent is President Barrow. One of the hopes. Senegal is not a hope for them anymore. The Burkinas and so on. Now, they might be careful. Who should we have next? Are we going to have something like Ibrahim Traoré?
Or Jomai.
Or Jomai? Or Sonko? Are we going to? So that thinking could be there. You come internally. If we are bringing cars to this country, zero mileage car, who is going to buy? The government, we will say, because they have the ability. And maybe other corporations that are here that have money. Now, business people like convenience and stability. If Barrow is not after their money, it's not after their family, their safety, they can thrive in this business where government will buy many vehicles. And they don't know whether we're going to have another Jomai or Sonko in the Gambia. They would put everything that they have to make sure they know they have the enemy they know. remain.
Can you pause there? Charles, is the volume very light, right?
Guy, continue. Please continue.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was my thinking. And that means you have 10 people or less than 10 business tycoons in this country that virtually own everything. That is why the Gambia, I tell people, is not a democracy. It's an oligarchy. It's a kleptocracy. You have people with vested interests. You may not see them on Grand Bantaba, but they are more politicians than me, this guy and everyone.
That's true.
And they will pump whatever. You know, some of them can even pump the opposition and pump the ruling party.
That's what they do.
So that when they know things are difficult, anyone that comes is still going to be my boy. That's money in politics.
That's what they do, and that's what they're doing.
That is why
That's what is happening.
ordinary Gambian like me should understand that the best way to save this country is us coming together, not pockets of camps of politics of this and that and that. I would really very much like this. Ning Ayata Ko. From now on, Nana together. But if this is difficult, my advice is this. I am from a political party or whatever you want to call it. But I can tell this to Gambian youths funding Kane. Ning na political party shol man la fi ke get ntolle siaketi.
Of course.
18 to 30 or 35, we are more than any other grouping in this country. Let the youth come with their candidate and all the youths rally behind if our leaders don't want to take the necessary actions as we speak. You are, if you are on the UDP, you are youth. If the our fathers don't want to come together to salvage this country, and they are salvaging this country for us, they are saving this for us, not for them. So if they don't want to save it because they don't care anymore, 60, 70, 50, alhamdulillah, we are just 20, 30, we should come together and forget about our colors.
Who will be your leader?
This is it. And I think I like that question. I want Gambians also to know this. I cannot select a leader for you. But I can tell you, Buba, you can be a leader, Sifo can be a leader, my sister can be a leader, you can be a leader. You are Gambian and you have Gambian at heart. The problem with us Gambians, well, after Malay Kolela, we need an angel in the Gambia.
Oh, we ain't gonna have it.
No, we cannot have it because we are not angels. We are not a nation of angels.
It doesn't exist.
If you want to vote for Esaval, why mom the Fatawal Charles Taylor, Motamam Bugumako, Tiara Seeds, the Vahas Madad Fofunu, Bugumako. Kale Kenen known like Amadu Tabawe, Amadu Jangut. Hey, we all have problems. Nobody has 100% health. But we are living. Let us focus and stop this issue of petty politics. We cannot have an angel. We cannot have Isa come back or Muhammad come to be Gambian president. No, alayhi salam. Or salatu wasalam, whatever you want to call it. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, let us forget about the small issues with Buba. Let's focus and get Buba, who actually got 60-70% pass rate. But 100 over 100, you cannot get it from my party. You cannot get it from anyone. That is the issue. The people say, honey, it's a was a keno.
That's true.
Ning ipageta yeke. Ika mengini doto. Ake fanto yagibe. From molte itenginila. That is it. If we want perfection, Baba is going to win. That is the truth, and that's what we need to understand. Nimko nafta sano la wala malaiko. Membina at a false sotola. Baba be winalde.
Okay, thank you.
So everybody can, including you, Buba.
No, I don't want to be president.
Yeah, you may not want, but I'm telling you, you can be. You can be. But if we are also looking for the perfect guy, forget it. It's divinity. We cannot have it. This is no joke. That is why let's forget about these small issues and concentrate on the bigger thing.
Okay.
If you look at it critically, Sonko, one thing I love about what I have seen so far about him is he has the country at heart, not the seat of the presidency at heart. So you being UDP, GDC or so, what you should have as focus is Gambia and how do we save it. Whether I'm the one who is going to be there or not is not important and should not be important. How we save this country is what is important.
Okay.
But I could have joined many people who are after Nene, after Sifo, after everybody.
I know that. Yes.
But I did not because I want to join Gambia.
Like I said, my party is Gambia.
I want to join
my party
Gambia and I want to
red,
save
white, blue,
Gambia.
white, green.
I I don't want to save yellow, green, or any other thing. I want to save Gambia. And every Gambian should think like that, because it is not time for political parties. It is time for Gambia.
I can tell you the election is between NPP and UDP.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So whether there is another group or not, the election will be between NPP and UDP. That's how Gambia designed it. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have said in the previous when Bob from Finland was here that you see, God created us, but He does not leave us. He is bigger, isn't it? But He has created avenues. Fasting, Christians, they have their own. Other people, a time, windows of opportunity, where God announces that, you know, those sinners, come, it's time. I can accept all of you. And He comes down. He lowers His bars, His standard. He lowers it so that you can just get in. He wants you in the fold. If UDP really, as the situation is, they should begin to lead. As in, go after people. Try to compromise. I'm not saying they're not compromising. I'm just giving my opinion. But if you said, we are the ones that are big, we should, you know, we should have people coming to us. Then it means, yes, you are big, but Gambia is bigger than you, and Gambia will not come to you, UDP.
Of course.
And if Gambia does not come to you, UDP, it means you cannot be big. So begin to go to the small, and the bigger Gambia will come to you. That is my little understanding. It doesn't matter whether I fought with C4 or not. Let's go and then talk to C4, because what matters now is not the party, it's the Gambia.
I fully agree. I fully agree.
And I agree too. See, one thing I wanted to say about what you said, honestly, if nobody wants to do it, you know, the youths can mobilize. But do you have that caliber of youths? Because what I see is youths that are so emotionally attached to parties and individuals, you understand, forgetting that the bigger thing here is the country, is Gambia. So when you have such caliber of youths, an example here, how are we going to have people forget about all those things and come together and say, we believe that you are not looking at us and the future or the Gambia, you're looking at individuals and parties or whatever. We will leave you guys and come and do it. That is the problem. That could have even happened since time Yaya Jammeh. But happened. ñun ñep xam nañ naka lañ fi génné Yaya Jammeh, and loolu moo fi xewut, and loolu mooy the honest truth. Everybody looks at suma nit kuma gom. How can you gom an individual and not gom the country? If you gom the country, you will fight, and everybody should see that it's about the country. Hey, gi nga Gambia bi so réglé, ñun ñep dañoo réglé, ñun ñep dañoo tëdd à l'aise, everything is going to work for us. But if the person, if I believe in Buba, ma fight for Buba, everybody else suffers. When everybody else suffers, yo mënuloo enjoy. Parce que benn nit mënut a tekki ñëpp di tumaranke nga enjoy sa tekki boobu mënut a nekka, and loolu mooy the reality, and loolu mooy suñ prédicat.
All right. One thing I like in some of the youths in this country, they are bold enough to make their mind. They are not dilly-dallying for a lot of years, saying I'm independent. They make their mind straight. They speak their mind. That is one thing I like in so many patriotic youths in this country. Because the thing is, I mean, at the end of it, you know who you like. And they don't sit in media, blah, 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 when already, people know what they are for, and at the end of it, they're trying to, kamul nyaku. One thing I know, there are youths in this country, they are bold enough to stand by party or to stand by individual directly, clearly. I know about this country also. And what you are saying also, I know when the time comes, the youth will come together. Believe in me, when the time, it's all about the time. It's all about sensitizing people. It's all about telling people what is their interest. And one thing you said is very important. As another bag, Baro Blue. And the international community also, based on being West Africa, you understand? Because I know that's something so funny. How many loans Barrow is receiving? How many grants are coming to Barrow initially? So all that is telling us something that is fully be kuko madam. And nimfo nincho tata to a level ye bankoje. They can make up their mind again. They can make up their mind and select someone. They feel like if the opposition doesn't want to be together. But one thing I can tell you, the party I am, United Democratic Party, The party I am, we are talking to opposition, other political parties.
Okay.
We are engaging them, and we will keep engaging them. Because they join us so that we can have we can have a solid coalition for us to.
But I think we have to move.